around the league. It's the Elite Wire with Bradley.
Yo, what is up, Madden Elite? Bradley here. We are coming at you all with the next edition of The Wire. It's crazy to say this, but this is the first Wire that we've done for season number, season 4 of Madden Elite. So, in opening statements for the first edition of The Wire for season 4, I want to take a moment to say, hail to the champion, hail to the reigning defending, lit elite world Super Bowl champion of the world, OC. We are week 6 of season 4, and really the reason why we've been so long putting one out for season 4. The last one we did right before the Super Bowl. It was a little bit early, and this one's coming in a little bit late, so more of a longer window than we're used to on getting these wires out. But we've been busy since our last wire. We've had our Super Bowl, we've had a draft show, we've had the debut of a new show, TED Talk, which we are aiming to do weekly. And on the DL, there is another show in the pipes that we are probably going to be launching soon. So wheels are spinning, things are busy. We are incredibly busy, and I couldn't be more proud to be where we are. I'm not going to go there. That's kind of emotional and sappy, and I don't want to do that. I'll just say this. I'm very proud of where we are. Everyone we've got involved, thank you all. There are so many people involved in making this league what it is. So just major shout out to everybody. Speaking of announcements, we're gonna talk about OC and his championship here in a moment. Before we get into that, not this Thursday. So like every Thursday we do the Elite Fight Night, and we feature a game on commentary stream. We'll be doing that this week. Next week, though, we have an issue. There's a scheduling issue. That scheduling issue, not this Thursday, but next Thursday, we have the NFL Draft Night number 1. So we will have no fight night that Thursday night, which is to be expected. However, we will be coming in with an alternative show. That alternative show, basically, we're going to have a draft party. We always have the draft parties for our league drafts. Well, we're going to throw a draft party for the IRL draft. And more details will be coming out later this week. Probably, I think, maybe Sunday. I think that's when it was discussed on putting out details. I don't know. There will be details coming out. But we are going to be running a mock draft contest. And there are going to be major dev upgrades on the table. For those who participate in the mock draft contest. And if you've kind of follow along with things we do, we normally, right, we offer some opportunities for guys to get bonus attribute points, bonus upgrades and stuff like that, but we usually scale them down, and it's on a limited basis. This is probably going to be the most generous opportunity that we've presented for dev upgrades. So details on that will be coming soon, so be on the lookout for that. Getting into things, let's take a moment and commemorate our reigning defending lit elite world Super Bowl champion of the world, OC, and his Bengals. He went into the Super Bowl as the undisputed underdog. Nobody was giving him the time of day. Nobody except for me. You go back and watch my Super Bowl pregame, you'll realize something. And what you will realize is what I've been saying. And what I've been saying is I don't hate on people for the sake of hating on people. I'm out here spitting truth. I'm out here speaking truth. You go and watch back what I said in the Super Bowl pregame. Everything played out how I said it would. When I speak, you should listen because I know what I'm talking about, okay? OC went in there, according to the rest of the league. He had no chance. No chance. You guys were not giving OC any chance at all. He was not even included in the graphic of the people who had a chance to win the Super Bowl. You people left him out of that graphic, and what did he do? Well, if you go to daddyleagues.com/elite, you will see a big banner at the top of it. It will be decked out in Cincinnati Bengals colors. You will see the Elite World Super Bowl Championship of the World, and it will be decked out in the colors of OC and his Bengals. And then if you go twitter.com/elitecfm, you'll get the same banner. Why? Because OC did what none of you said he would. He went in and he slayed Benjamin Begelman. He went in as the underdog, and he came out with a chip on his shoulder. So, hail to the champion. Now, I'm coming in here with all this spiel, right? And I'm all like, hail to the champion. How is the champion doing right now? How is El Champion doing right now? the El Champion, the Elite World Super Bowl champion of the world, isn't looking too hot right now. He's sitting at a 2-3 record. OC, what are you doing? Man, OC. I got his schedule up here. Let's see how things have gone down so far. Week 1, he goes in and he beats Chuck. So clap for that. Clap for that. Everybody, stop what you're doing. Stop what you're doing right now. Look all regal. Kind of hold your head high. Give him a slow clap. Because, I mean, a win over Chuck, it's a legit win. And then week 2, ooh, this one had to hurt. Week 2, he goes in, OC, and he plays Benjamin Begelman. He plays Benjamin Begelman in a rematch of the Super Bowl. Doesn't get it done. He falls short in this one. He ends up losing 14-17. Goes on to beat Tara Robb in week 3. Week 4, he falls to J-Mac and his Jets. J-Mac and his Jets is a playoff caliber team. And then in week 5, he loses to Chuck. So that's a painful loss. Ends up splitting with Chuck. What really this really concerns me, okay? This really concerns me. Why does it really concern me? Because, I mean, loses to Beeman, loses to Chuck, loses to J-Mac. These guys are playoff caliber teams. Like, you don't want any loss, and like I would probably be saying same thing if it was like a crappy team, right? I'd be like, oh, he lost to a team he shouldn't have lost. But like these are the games, like you gotta like clamp down, you gotta bite down, you gotta perform, right? You look at Chuck in the aftermath of his Super Bowl. You look at Chuck in the aftermath of his Super Bowl. You look at Beeman in the aftermath of his Super Bowl. These guys, they continue to come out and they continue to reign supreme. Like look at this. Like Chuck, Season 2 Super Bowl winner. He's a 4-1 record. You look at Beeman, the Season 1 Super Bowl champion. He's a 4-1 record. And then we got OC representing the class of Super Bowl champions sitting with a 2-3 record. Like OC, you went into the Super Bowl as the underdog, right? And like you won it. You got the belt. Now coming out, you're dropping the ball. I need you to pick up the ball. I need you to turn this around. I need you to represent the Super Bowl winners at the highest level of class, okay? We cannot let this be the beginning of the Super Bowl curse. I've been in leagues before where if you won the Super Bowl, in the aftermath of your Super Bowl win, it was all downhill and it was a curse. So far, we've not seen that in Madden Elite. What we've seen in Madden Elite is Chuck continue to perform, Beeman continue to perform. OC, I need you to continue to perform right now. Stop what you're doing. Take a step back, okay, man? Breathe a little bit and turn this ship around. I believe in you, okay, man? I believe in you. You got this. Turn the ship around. Something that's really played into OC's favor is being in that AFC North, the toughest division in the league. I don't know if we can call it the toughest division in the league anymore. Let's take a look at the standings of the AFC North. So the AFC North, we have Fun Guy sitting at 4-1. We have the Browns sitting at 2-2. We have the Steelers at 2-2, and we have the Bengals at 2-3. Right now, at this moment, there is only one team in the AFC North that has a winning record. That's Chuck. At this moment, we cannot accurately say the AFC North is the toughest division in the league. I think there's a new toughest division. I think the toughest division in the league, I think it's flipped from the AFC North to the NFC North. In the NFC North, we have Sweets sitting at 4-1. We have True Talent sitting at 4-1. We have Lou sitting at 3-2. We have Debo sitting at 3-2. When I look at the NFC North, Sweets, True, Lou, Debo, all four of those guys are playoff caliber teams. I ask myself, could Sweets win a Super Bowl? Yes, he can. I ask myself, could True win a Super Bowl? Yes, he can. I ask myself, can Lou win the Super Bowl? Yes, he can. Can Debo win the Super Bowl? Yes, he can. I think the AFC North, they've marched over to the NFC North and they're like, no more are you the top division. We are the measuring stick. And they're stripping them of the right to say we're the best. Now I know Chuck and OC will be like, whoa, wait a minute. We got the belts. We got the belts. I'm going to go out on a record. I'm going to go out on a limb right here. Before the AFC North gets another belt, the NFC North will stack one. I said it. I'm sticking to it. The NFC North will land a belt before the AFC North gets their next belt. So, Chuck, what you need to do now, Chuck, you need to go and enlist one of these guys to be in your NWO. Because, Chuck, when you go over and you enlist one of these guys to be in your NWO, you'll rain on them the blessings of being in the NWO, and they'll have that NWO luck and swag, and that will be what they need to stand out in the mix of this pack. But, like, for real, that NFC North division is stacked now. Like, legit, any four of those teams I could see going all the way. So, going forward, like, it's not the AFC North that has my attention right now. What has my attention is this NFC North. So that's gonna be fun to see play out. So let's chat about something else. I mentioned we have a new show. That new show is TED Talk. TED Talk standing for the Elite Debate. We're not knocking off TED Talk. There's probably a copyright there. We probably can't knock that off, so we're not knocking that off. No, we're not. It's the Elite Debate, TED Talk. We've had one episode so far. The next episode will be out later this week. And originally, we announced that Estrada will be on the second episode. He'll come in and defend himself. Some scheduling mishaps, which my fault. Some scheduling mishaps. Estrada will not be able to make the next episode of TED Talk. So instead, Benjamin Beeman Bagelman will be coming in and will be joining us for that. However, we're getting ahead of ourselves. Looking back to the first episode, there's a couple topics that Cobra and I debated with Fun Guy being the mediator of the debate. One such topic that got a lot of love, and it's something that's gotten me a lot of heat, is who is the most overrated owner in the league? Cobra, in his opinion, the most overrated guy in the league was Estrada, and in my opinion, the most overrated guy in the league is Zell. Now, I've gone on the record of bashing Zell many times, and like Zell gets upset. but like it's never personal. Like I'm not treating them any different than anybody else. I'm just calling things as I see them. Thankfully, this week, right now, in Madden Elite, we have the giant clash between Estrada and Zell themselves. Both of them are colliding, and we're going to determine, undisputed, who's more overrated. As they're wait a minute. Wait a minute. Zell, I think Zell pulled a gumbo. Zell quit. Zell's no longer in the league. Zell has left the league. He's left the building. Thanos has extended out the Infinity Gauntlet and snapped his fingers, and Zell is turned to dust. Boom, boom, boom. Zell is scared of Estrada. That's what's really going. No, I'm joking. Listen, like for real, let's kind of like slow down a moment. I like major shout out to Zell. Okay. He's got some stuff going on with like work and like vacation and all that jazz. So, he's stepping down for the rest of the cycle. He will be back with us, next Madden. And, Zell, I want to take a moment and really like talk to you. Okay, Zell. Hopefully you watch this. I think you do watch this stuff. But Zell, I have given you a lot of grief through like the media that we've done. But I want to let you know, if I was to rank the most important owners in Madden League, I would put you number one. You, hands down, in my opinion, are the top owner that we have in Madden Elite. And the culture we have built and the community we have built, you have been a cornerstone of it. And I want to thank you for everything you've done for the league and being a part of everything. And like for real, like the things that like the media stuff, man, it's all in fun. It's all in fun, man. Nothing personal ever. And I can't wait for next Madden so we can get you back into the fold. So yeah, man, take care, and get back to us as soon as you can. But anyways, also on the DL, Zell is scared of Estrada. That's really what this is about. So shout out to Zell. So we had the Cobra and I had our debate. Who's more overrated? He said Estrada. I said Zell. Sunday morning, we did a surprise commentary game. Okay. That surprise commentary game featured Zell colliding with Alex. And I think I got that game up here. Yep, we got that game up here. Zell ended up winning that game, which is a game I said he would lose when I made my claim of Zell being the most overrated guy in the league. It was really a wild game. If you missed it, it would definitely be a good game to check out. Zell went up huge early on in the game, and it looked like Alex was done for, but Alex kept fighting back, and the game literally went down to the last play. So it was a wild game. During the course of the game, though, it was on commentary. We had me and Freight Train on commentary. Freight Train made a claim. So during the TED Talk, I said Zell was the most overrated. Cobra said Estrada was the most overrated. During the surprise commentary stream we did Sunday morning, Freight Train, he expressed his opinion on the matter. According to Freight Train, the most overrated guy in the league is Cobra. Hold that thought. We're going to come back to that. We're going to chat about that as when we go to wrap up the show. But before we go and we chat about that, there's something we need to talk about, which is really going to set up when we talk about is Cobra the most overrated guy in the league. And that is this beautiful graphic next to me right now. Going into the current week of the league, there was one undefeated team remaining. That is True Talent and his Minnesota Vikings of which division? The NFC North. True Talent has went into this week Undefeated, top team in the league. Shout out to Maddie Lowe for that ridiculous, incredible graphic. Maddie always does insane work. I think this might be one of my favorite pieces I've ever seen Maddie throw together. It's absolutely incredible. We are incredibly blessed to have Maddie Lowe rolling with us. But that graphic is amazing. Going into this week, though, True Talent, I think Maddie may have jinxed True Talent. Going into this week, True Talent was matched up against Cobra and his Washington football team. What happened when these two teams collide? Well, it wasn't a shootout. It was a close game. Cobra and his Washington football team, they end up barely edging by with a 14-12 win in the game. Looks like, looking at the stats, neither of them had too impressive of a game. Haskins, for True Talent, went 16 for 21, so that's pretty efficient. Had 204 yards, no touchdowns, and one interception. So you hate to see those interceptions. Flipping over, though, and looking at Cobra stats, LaFrance went 8 for 13, 162 yards, 0 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. So the whole, the interceptions thrown, True Talent ended up throwing less, but Cobra ended up pulling out the win. Really the big discrepancy in the stats, though, that really tells the story of the game, I think it's when you look at the running backs. Cook had 15 rushes for 69 yards, 0 touchdowns, while Wade had 25 rushes for 174 yards and 2 touchdowns. So while both of them struggled passing the ball, Cobra was able to dominate in the run game. If you would presented this game to me beforehand and being like, which of these two guys do you think is going to dominate in the run game? I think 9 out of 10 people would be like, that's True Talent's going to dominate that run game, right? No, it's not what happened. Cobra ended up dominating in the run game, and the game went down. I mean, that score, it wasn't a shootout at all. It went down to the very wire. Every possession counted. In the end, Cobra ended up getting it done. Cobra ended up being, I guess, the jinx to Maddie Lowe's beautiful graphic. But yeah. So, everyone, thank you all. I want to take a moment and just thank you all for making the league what it is. We have so many people involved in the league. We are incredibly blessed. We will have so right now filming this, it is Tuesday. We'll probably have this out probably around noon. We will have Trash Talk Tuesday tonight with Freight Train over at Official Freight Train on Twitch. And Thursday we will have a commentary stream, and there will also be a TED Talk released, I think maybe Wednesday. Still got to solidify that down. But yeah, so we got a lot of stuff coming up, and be on the lookout for the info for the mock draft contest that we are going to be doing. So until next time, peace, everybody.